Hello, everyone. We are live right now. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome our guests. I'd like to know where you're connecting from. And I'd like to welcome everyone and also welcome our guest today. We have a special guest with us. His name is Abraham. But before I bring him on board, I'd like to introduce what the show is all about and go then also read his bio so that you can at least have an information and have some clarity of the speaker of today. And just before I go in, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sandra Ukoh. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Member. I'm a coach, speaker, and trainer. I'm also an author of the book "Can Anything Hold You Back?" And I have a new book coming up soon. I'll be inviting you for my new launch. And also, I'm a sales expert. I've been selling IT sales. I've been in IT sales for 20 years, and I think I should call myself an expert in that field now. And basically, today we are in Making a Difference with Sandra Ukoh, where we'll bring people to talk about this. Tell us about their story, how they've been through life, what they overcame, and what is making them tick or making them shine. And right now, I would just shoot the intro video. Hi, you're welcome to Making a Difference with Sandra Ukoh. How the leader is a great giant in you, waiting to be discovered and unearthed. You have within you right now all that you need to become that change agent and the best version of you that God has made you to be. It is time to ignite you and discover your greater potential and to see the possibilities that exist within you to help you maximize your potential. Through this unique platform for mentoring, training, teaching, and coaching people on how they can become better versions of themselves after being through trauma and trials in their finances, business, career, relationships, and a lot more. At Making a Difference with Sandra Ukoh live show, we leverage the power of storytelling, coaching, mentorship, and value creation to help bring about the best in people in order to create a world of difference. This show requires bringing us to assessing our value system and process of recreation of a good value system to help shape our thoughts through the guests that share their story on this platform. This process opens our eyes to new strategies, information, and value perspective that will help us define and refine our value system with more clarity on our why. We need to know our why. Why am I here? What have I been called to do or to solve? To help people live with a mindset, begin with the end in mind, and to stand out in all that we are called to do. You can join us live on Monday at 5 p.m. EST, 10 p.m. West African time. And if you have a great story or testimony to share, you can reach us via our contact info@deepinsightword.com. We will respond as soon as we get your details, or you send us your details via this link. Thank you, and you are welcome to today's episode. Hello, welcome, and thank you. Before I bring our guest, I'd like to quickly read his bio. Abraham is our guest today, and Abraham is an accountant by profession, a certified human capacity development trainer and consultant by Nigeria's Center for Management Development, CMD, a fellow with Institute of Management Consultants, IMC, Nigeria, certified management specialist by London Graduate School, and a digital marketing expert with Google Digital Skill for Africa certification. He is also an MSME's mentor with Sony Elumelu Foundation. Abraham's daily goal and objective is to guide, provide a measurable hands-on business solution to micro, small, medium, and medium enterprises, business owners on how to scale up sales and revenue, strategically structure and restructuring their business model, and enhancing team performance for maximum productivity and profitability in line with their business vision and mission objectives. He has been trained and certified by John Maxwell Leadership Organization to consult, to speak, to train on businesses, leadership, and personal growth through organized mastermind groups, workshop, seminar, keynote speaking, consulting, and coaching sessions, aiding participants' personal, professional growth as an individual, team, organization to attain and achieve set goals and objectives. As a practicing professional accountant with a second class upper in accounting and an MSc in business management, coupled with his years of working experience from banking and private sector and growing his business portfolio, Smile Planet Group of companies with a vast interest in facility management, business consulting, coaching, and leadership training, and agriculture, poultry, livestock. He can confidently say, with his wealth of practical experience, he have what it takes to guide an individual or organization to gain clarity of their unique selling point and how to create solution in form of products or services in order to create mutual wealth with a clear return on benefits as return over investment within a stipulated time frame of working with him as your consultant or coach. Finally, one truth he has discovered from his years of providing professional business coaching and consulting services to micro, small, medium enterprises, business owners is that businesses don't fail, but only the business implementation strategy and approach that actually fails. And that is why he is here to show you the strategic and approach that will bring to you and your team that long awaiting 360 measurable and sustainable growth change with a growth proof in your monthly cash flow, transaction, and team performance. So let's learn, connect, grow together with Abraham ORUKPE. He is active in all major social media platforms. Awesome. Where he daily shares informative business, career growth insights. For more details about him, you can visit his personal website, www.abrahamorukpe, as in ORUKPE.com. He'll be glad to help you and assist you and see your business grow. And the next person's voice you get to hear is Abraham himself. Great to have you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so very much. And it's good to be here. Thanks for the privilege to be on your wonderful show. And thanks
Thank you,
so much
sir.
for what you do. I really like your energy is something that can fire everybody up. Thank you so much for channeling your energy
Thank
into
you,
this
sir. I
wonderful
appreciate you.
yes, ma'am.
Great to have you on this show.
Yeah,
And basically, I want to say thank you to our audience for coming on all the time, to gain from us. We are also learning from each other. We're all in a journey to become successful. We are not there yet. I don't think there's any successful or any man that has reached his peak, because the moment you reach your peak, that's the end of life. We're all in the journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint race. A sprint is something that will take you there and you're done. But a marathon, is a never-ending journey. No boundary. You keep running. And so that's what we are in. We're all learning. Abraham is in a learning journey. I'm in a learning journey. We are all learning. And so having our guests with us, we're all together learning, gleaning from one another. And so I'm glad you're able to make it today. I know that, with all the challenges and all your busy schedules and, leaving all you need to do to make it today, I want to appreciate you. And I can see, organization in the things you do. When I read your bio, it shows a lot of, being disciplined and intentional. Thank you, sir, for being so. And I'm sure your followers too are gleaning and learning a lot from you too.
thank you so very much. Sure.
So let's just go straight into our show so I don't keep you longer than necessary. And our viewers, I'd like to find out what informed all this knowledge gathering. You have a lot. I read your CV. I was thinking I was going to have a summary, but I have a full page. And so I want to learn. I want to learn from you what informed all this, a journey of learning, and so you're still learning. I like to just glean from you, and I'm sure my audience too are waiting to hear what informed you, what propelled you, what motivated you to this extent.
Okay. Thank you so very much for being here. Straight to the question, and here's the answer. What motivates me for continuous learning is that when we stop learning, we start dying.
Sure.
So, and learning, I come to observe, is an equalizer. If you're learning, you find yourself where you can easily fit in. And learning is not a factor of age, race, religion, and continental belief, tradition. No, you know it, you know it. So one thing that pushed me to learn is to enable me create value. One and two, to enable me connect at the frequency at which I truly want to be. Because I remember I've come to realize over the period of time, which still push me in learning is this: the white man, the black man, the Caribbean, the Indian, the France, the black, everybody respect one thing: the man with the knowledge.
Yeah, sure.
So once you meet a white man that needs a solution, he does not care if it's a black man that have the solution. A black man that needs a solution does not care if it's a white man that have the solution. In as much knowledge is the gap, is filling that gap of hunger. So to me, why I keep learning is this: to enable me connect, create value. Those are the two major reasons.
Awesome. That's a great one. Connecting, having a platform to connect, like minds connects,
Yeah.
and having creating value. Because for you to create value, you must see value in yourself. Like John Maxwell rightly say, we are people of value, seeing value in ourselves, and we're also adding value to others. If you don't value yourself, you will not be able to create value. You won't crave for more value because you see yourself as a maybe a downtrodden person. You will probably not see any value in yourself. So let
Mm.
alone saying you want to, pay for knowledge,
Yes.
because for you to pay for knowledge, you must see value in yourself. For having people to pay, use their hard earned money to say they want to get more knowledge, there must be
Mm-hmm.
something that you're seeing in yourself, seeing yourself as a person of value and
Mm-hmm.
adding more value to yourself. And the moment you do add value to yourself, you want to also impact your neighborhood, you want to impact your community. Because if you
Yes.
don't have anything, you said garbage in, garbage out. If you're
Mm-hmm.
empty, what are you going to pass on to others?
Mm-hmm.
So it is out of the abundance of your heart that you speak. How much of knowledge do you have in you? How much do you have to share? If you don't have anything in you, there'll be nothing to share. So I want to thank you for that short word. Going for more knowledge is in order to connect and also to create value. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
also want to find out from you the way you sounded. It was like, oh my God, you went through school, very easy. You didn't tell me any hurdle. You wanted to add knowledge, you got knowledge, you connected, and you're creating value. Were there difficult times in all this process? I know that gathering knowledge might have taken you 10, 20, 30 years of your life, being in
Yeah.
school, going from one level of, gathering of learnings, of knowledge. So what are the impediments? What are the things you met, obstacles you met on the road to success? How did you overcome? When you had the low moments, what happened? How did you manage to become a success today?
Okay. To start with first, I've come to realize that um life don't give you what you wish for, it's what you demand from it.
Sure.
Because everybody has wishes, everybody. Even the beggar, the man in the 10 stories building, the guy that has a yacht, the guy that have a private jet, even the guy, everybody has a wish. If wishes were horses.
Yeah, that's all
So,
right.
right, good. So, at such, and I realize that it's one thing for you to make a wish, another for you to demand for those things through what? Consistency,
Yeah.
clarity. So, going to school, okay, to start with, I'm from a broken home.
Oh,
So my parents separated when I was just 11, and they
wow.
never came back till my mom died. So when I look back and say, tell people that I want to be able to tell you where I'm coming from, you say it's never possible. You from there, it's not possible. So going to school was very, very, I was a sales boy in Lagos, Egbeda, by Gowan Estate. Those people that know Lagos very well. I was there. My jam fees was 6,000, 3,004, and it was from a sales boy I bought. I was so determined to just make it different. So that is why I tell people, all these people look at me and say, "You're so young and you've gotten all these things this far. How come?" It's one, consistency. Two, self-discipline. Sense in the sense that we live in a distracted world where there are so many distractions, so many family, friends, religion centers. We have so many distraction everywhere. So I was able to first shut myself off, distract my distraction. Now I tell people you must learn to distract your distractions.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so I was able to distract my distractions of depriving myself from some things I think was necessary but was not important. It's some things that were important, some things were necessary, some things were important but they were not necessary. Or either way, some things were necessary, they were not important. So I was able to deny myself for the things that were necessary and they were not important. So going to school, I saw myself through school. I do jokingly tell people in my house that I can go to the CNN and say, if you ever give me one error, please come to CNN and let just raise up your hand if you give me one error in my school days. I know the only person that will raise up his hand is my late mom and say, okay, Abraham, in your 100 level, I gave you X, Y, and Z. But from 200 to final yet in today, it has been the favor of God, self-discipline, and consistency. So the point is this: going to school was not easy, but it was an important journey that I knew in my mind the only thing I can give to myself was education. I tell people at times, this container, it might look so nice, handsome, it might look so pretty as a young lady, but when you
Mm.
open your mouth,
Say
people
what
know
you've
that
been
they continue with you or
through.
just okay, we'll talk later. So I saw education as the key to escape where I was coming from. Not prayer points, not religion activities. Education was what I believe was the key for me to escape. And
An
with
escape
that
route.
and God by my side, here we are today.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, God, that was awesome. Sincerely, life gives you what you demand. You
Yes,
life gives you what you demand, not what you wish for. If
yes,
wishes were us, it's beggars will ride. Awesome. And from a broken home, that
yeah,
got me. That touched me because you find that people give you reasons why they are not successful because both parents were not together. But you
yeah,
had a mother and a father, but having a broken home and still, having that mindset to becoming a person of change, a person of difference. That's awesome. For me, that was awesome. Being a sales boy, paying your fees, and being able to think that you need to go to school. You must have had a very right foundation. Foundation really matters because if
yes,
you see foundation, if you didn't have a good foundation, school will be the last thing in your mind.
my
All you
template
think
here.
is how to clothe yourself, how to look good, how to be like all the boys in town.
Yeah,
But you went beyond just being a sales boy to saying, "Oh, I'm going to be a graduate." And I'm sure some of your friends will laugh at you. Say,
sure.
"Don't mind, they're wasting time. Go come join us." But
I
you see,
understand.
God is awesome. And
Sure.
thank you for that, that mindset. Your dad and mom, blessed memory to your mom, but I think she did a great thing.
Thank
She
you.
have brought up a good boy at
Thank
11,
you.
going to become a sales boy, putting
Yeah,
money together to buy your sales form, jam form, going back to school to say, okay, education is the only way to escape. That was a very good escape route for you. I
sure.
appreciate that you taught in that line because there are other things to do, either to join vices, do other things the boys are doing. You could
Yeah,
have been selling drugs or running
sure.
errands for some people or
Mm-hmm.
doing something that, today wouldn't have brought you to limelight. I probably wouldn't have met you, I probably wouldn't have gotten connected with you. But, and there are words you mentioned that kept you going. Consistency. One of the reasons I try to re-emphasize all these words, so that for people who are joining us late, they probably be like, oh, what has he said before I came in? Consistency and being disciplined, distracting your distraction, being intentional, shutting all distraction. That's awesome. And that's awesome for me. I got that. And for me, I have to shun and shut all distraction in order for me to get to where I want to be. We all have a goal and a vision of where we want to be. 5 years, 10 years from now, you need to shut every distraction. You said
Yes,
some things are necessary, but not all things are important. knowing the ones that are
Yeah.
key to you becoming a success and pursuing it. That was a great one for
Mm-hmm.
me. And you said you paid your school fees throughout your college days. How
Yeah.
did you manage? And you came out with a 2-1. How did you manage? Because one, I would understand that you work and you go to school. So coming
Yeah.
back to read and still reading and doing all this, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing impossible, and there's nothing the human mind is able there's nothing the human mind is not able to do once you're able to think it. And that's why I tell a lot of people, I said, if you can think it, you can have it. If you can
Mm-hmm.
imagine what you don't see with your mind eyes, you can never reach it. And that's why I said, what I do not see, I do not think about.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to have gone that level, it was not easy, as you said, but it was very crucial for you to go to school. And you said education was the only escape route, not just only prayers. I'm sure
Yeah.
you won't tell me you went to school without praying.
The favor of God won't color everything out. That was just it.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Great story. I can become anything I desire to be, even in
Yes.
the midst of challenges, even in the midst of a broken home, even in the midst of not having both parents. I can become what I want to become. Thank you for
Yeah.
those words. They are so mind blowing, and that's why you see me going over it again and again. It's mind blowing. Some people would have written off, throw in the towels to say life is just cruel, life is just wicked, life
Mm-hmm.
both parents are not good. But in the midst of all, you didn't take offense. You didn't have the owner mentality that they must train you in school. But you saw yourself and you didn't take an offense of both parents to say, okay, why did they break up? And that affected you. I've seen a lot of youths being affected by both parents not being together. But you didn't
Yeah.
allow that to be something to stop you. You still forged ahead. Thank you very much, sir, for making our time to come for this
Thank
uh,
you so much.
live interview. I also want to find out, in the midst of all these challenges, I'm sure you had good times. There were times you celebrated. What did you do when you had those great moments? When maybe you made a success, when you had the 2-1, what did you do? And at every stage in your life, when you passed your jam results, I know there was no mother to celebrate you, but there was a mother to celebrate you at a certain point. And
Yes.
both parents are not together. How did you celebrate yourself? What celebration? How did you see celebration? Your milestones, when you achieve, milestones, what did you do at those moments?
Okay. Thank you. I would say I really was not used to celebrating myself because I was used to bullying myself. So a lot of us bully ourselves so hard that we feel we're not doing well. And you look back and say, how did I get here? It should consistency. So even when I got a 2-1, passed my jam, I started a way of bullying myself of not doing enough. So I was really not the kind of everywhere celebration, celebration, celebration. I just feel okay, it's one of those things. So, but over time, when I now look back, whoa, how did I come this far? Now, oh, I would have celebrated that thing when it happened years ago. And so the point is that many of us are there. We bully ourselves so much because we have a long list of expectations. So even the one you won't achieve, you don't see it as nothing. You just it's one of those things. So because of that, you've got to have a long a deep appetite, a big appetite for success. So I kept bullying myself. I'm not talking about people bullying me this time. Me, within me, nothing was enough. You get something where everybody is saying, well done in your mind, like, "Eh, and so what? Is it not just so we the Christian will call it an ingratitude spirit. You're not
Yeah.
being so but after some while when I look back, maybe especially after my NYC, the way things went, because I read well, I read a book by Rodan Bryan, The Secret, years ago. The book told me to get a gratitude list. So from the gratitude list, so when I started writing the, I said, okay, so this was enough for me to celebrate years ago. This was enough. Okay, okay, okay. So not until about not about maybe 2011 or 12. I was not even looking at the things I got 2002, 3 as anything. So I really could not celebrate them. But as time goes on, and I got that okay, that was a milestone I did achieve because some people were not privileged to go to school. People were not privileged to graduate from school. So when I now look back through that gratitude list lens of reviewing my back, so that was I was now able to start marking and say, okay, thank you for that. And I'm happy I got this thing years ago. So the point is that because of that self-bullying, I stretched myself, feeling not enough, just keep wanting more and more and more and more and more. So I really could not live in the now to celebrate now. It was about the futuristic, what next was next. So, but now I'm very intentional in celebrating. So, you follow me on social media, you see everything I celebrated because of the gift of life from God. To appreciate Him that, okay, thank you, I'm not being grateful. So now I look at myself in the mirror and say, dear self, you've done well for each other. Come, let me hug you.
Awesome.
So that is where we are now.
Cute.
Yeah,
Awesome. I just look at my list. I just started doing this today.
very
If you check at
fantastic.
my status, I said my grateful list.
Yes.
Everything I want to be grateful for. We need to
Mhm.
make this intentional. Because when
Yes.
you do make this intentional, there's this motivation, there's this
Sure.
adrenaline gland that
Mhm.
makes you excited that I can
Finance
do
your
more. It
yes.
motivates you to do more. I can do more. And that celebration comes, and people are not seeing the bad side of you. Yeah, there are
Mhm.
times you're low, there are times you're not, you're celebrating, but there's no money in your pocket. There are some
Yeah.
things that are missing out. Maybe you're not married, you're not getting the contract you have applied for. So many other things are, pulling you down. But being grateful is a Lord. And He says, like you rightly said, if you're able to look back, you're able to
Mhm.
thank God. Because when you see where you're coming from, you look back and say, oh, I have been through school. I know I have fellows like myself who never went to school. I have
Yeah.
fellows like myself who never, who gave up. Even after bullying themselves, they never got to any level. But
Sure.
you are still standing, you're breathing. Hey, go to the hospital and see people paying money, thousands of
Mhm.
money. So, even breathe the oxygen, the air we both breathe. So many things to be thankful for health, for life that we're able to see a new day, and that God has been awesome. Where we're coming from, some of us, having a very rough start, and we are still standing. It
Mhm.
is, I would encourage you, if you've never done that, the year is almost coming to an end, but it's never over. Please get a wishful list, get a grateful list. Get a list where you want to thank God from where you, as long as much as you can remember. Just think back, take time to reflect. I was doing a presentation today and I told someone, I said, we get so busy. If you're not careful, you're just busy and busy doing the same mistake over and over in a loop. So
Yes.
sometimes we need to take a pause, stop,
Yeah.
take a pause and reflect, look inward, actually look at what you've done in the time past, see how you can thank God,
Mhm.
see what you need to strategize. And I say that's why if you find that we have goals, there is this saying that goals are smart. Goals are smart. They are specific. They're measurable. They are achievable. They are realistic, relevant, and they are time bound. But beyond that, I have a new rule that says goals have gone beyond just being smart to being smarter, in the
Yeah.
sense that as long as you have goals, the only constant thing in life is change. You might have
You're
to
right.
go back to evaluate your goals as maybe every quarter, every month. Things
Mm.
changes. So you might have to evaluate your goals and go back to review them again. And that's why I say goals are not just only being smarter, they're not only being smart, but they're smarter. Sometimes you might have to evaluate as a result of the changing business world that we are. And you
Mhm.
might have to go back after evaluating it to reviewing what those goals are to be able to take you to your vision, to your desired end.
Yes.
So beyond that, I want to encourage our viewers and also thank you too for bringing us to goal setting. Because
Yes.
when you said all this, I said we need to go back to what are our goals? What have we done in time past? What are we doing presently? What do we want to do tomorrow? You need to have all those in perspective. Your past is not for you to look back, because if you keep looking back, you can't move on. You can't see a person moving forward and still looking back. You will fall
Yeah.
into a ditch. So
Mhm.
looking back to just be thankful and have a guidance for tomorrow or for your
Mhm.
today, and learn the ropes, the things you did wrongly, the things you need to improve, and move on. But not to stay put, not to stay with the status quo, but to improve. Find out what you need to improve on, pick it up, move it with your present, and move to the future. So I want
Mhm.
to encourage our viewers, please get your grateful list. Let's be thankful. I said I want to be thankful. I want to, just thank God for everything and anything. Just look for something to say thank you, Father. God has been awesome. He has kept us. Today is the 28th of November, the 11th month. And if you check back, you'll be like, when did we say Happy New Year? The year ran so fast. When someone was telling me the year ran so fast, I said the year went in space. It didn't run so fast. To you, he might look so fast. But the
Yeah.
year went as it was in the years past. He went according to its pace. He wasn't too fast. So I want to thank you. I don't know if you have any unique stories, something unique you have not mentioned, you want to share with our audience before we call it a day. And I want to check the comment section to see if there's any question from anyone.
If I may just share this, I would if I may share this, what I would say is just that just keep your just keep your eye on the big picture. To me, I tell people at times I'm privileged. Some people ask me, Abraham, why are you so meek to people? I say because I know where I'm coming from, in the sense that I'm privileged by God. One,
Yes.
the God factor has been. If you ever that doubt the existence of God, please just call me. I'll explain how God is to you.
Mm,
So I made some mistakes. I call them mistakes. Like I said, I started my company 2014. That when I started my business, the first business I registered in Nigeria was 2014. So I'm sharing this. I don't know who might be watching this video next time. This When I started that business, I ran into some debt because there was a job I was supposed to do. It's a clinic company I started with, which is still in existence till today. There's a place in Abuja known as Federal Secretariat. So there was a job I was supposed to get there through somebody. At the end of the day, the directors there said I need to go bring my PENCOM, NSITS, those government bidding contract qualification, which I had none of those things. But the man there promised me if I can get that from between August to October 2014, they will see what they can do for me. Believe you me, I ran to go and borrow money. I borrowed about 900,000 then, 800 and 900, I cannot remember. Two-digit loan. So meaning every month I was paying 90,000. I cannot remember. I know it's within 800, 80 to 90 I was paying monthly. That loan grew close to about 2 million naira. What happened? After running around going to get those papers, I brought it around kind of December. The man was like, I need to give them PRO fees of 1 million naira. But you told me to go get this thing and you give me this job. So where will I get the one? And I brought this money thinking that when I get this job, I can offset the loan I've taken with the interest. And before people say Jack Robinson, back and front, um, election came 2015 election. Before people say everything, those people came, the new government came, took everybody off. Now I was left in debt. My salary was just 50,000 naira. So, and the guy that I borrowed money from was, I don't know, he was from the pit of hell. He was suffocating me. So that's why today I tell people in my business session that please don't borrow to start your business, borrow to expand your business. It's a two different thing. Expansion can come, you are borrowing to expand. And even if you have to take a loan, it should be one digit from 0 to 5. Six is a red line. Six is a red alert already. Borrowing two-digit loan to run your business operational expense is madness.
what do you mean by 2 digits? I'd like to
Now,
know.
anything from 10, you see, 10%, 11%, 12% upward is suicide for your business.
Oh my
So
God,
one
I get what you
you should,
mean.
yeah. So anything you're doing, I tell advise people should be at least 0 to 5%.
Oh my
Anything
God.
above that for loan to run your business. So that's the mistake I made. That money grew to the extent that I could have committed suicide because I was working in the bank, one of the bank then. The guy that borrowed money, when they come to the bank, to embarrass you. Those people that work in the bank before. In the banks, it is serene environment. I hear somebody
Yeah.
shouting,
Yeah.
Sandra, where's my
Right.
money? And sorry, say Sandra, where's my money? If you don't bring my money, I'm coming here tomorrow morning. And your colleague is like, what's going on? Why? What are you doing with that guy's money? So it was so terrible then. I get to extend that um, then the bank pay twice a week. They pay first, is it on the first, the other one. I'll be paid salary today around 11 a.m. 4 p.m. I'll be asking for transfer fare to go home. So that's bad as that. Because our robbing Peter to people. So that therefore that debt is like a fireball. You just toss it. You toss it. The only time your hand is resting is when the fire is up, when it comes down. So the point is this: no matter what you do, try to avoid debt. Debt is the only thing that will come to your room without opening the door and take away your peace. Debt is the only thing that will come to your closet, your toilet, where you lock your door, lock the gate. It will not open anything. It will just stand inside of you, close to your bedroom, and take that peace of you.
Oh my God.
No matter what you do, please try to avoid debt. So I survived that, and I believe it was the second chance God gave me to
Awesome.
see things from a different perspective. So the embarrassment was so much. Like you don't when I look at those days, I just say, well, all these things. So the day I was supposed to commit suicide, August
Oh
24th,
my God.
16th. My friend,
Oh,
his brother. And so today, when people commit suicide, before that I used to blame them. Oh, what have you gone through that don't kill yourself is bad. But now I realize that suicide is a spirit. It overtakes your thinking. That the only thing you think of, that is the only thing you feel the only way out is to just stop everything. So the spirit of suicide can come around you for more than a month, 2 months, 3 months, just moving around you, making you feel you've done your best. Just take a rest. Just take a walk. You've tried. So so every time when I look back and I see I do trainings, people come and everything, and I ask myself, if I have done that thing, maybe God will not send me to hell because I did a bad thing. But because of the lives that I will impart with my story would have been the reason I would have gone to hell. Because God has shown me in 2020, 21, 22, all these people life were tied to your training. But because you're impatient and you were greedy, stingy, and wicked to yourself, you took your life. So the point is this: my mom will say, don't do anything that will take away your peace. No matter what, don't anything that will
hmm.
take away your peace. Yeah. And things that will take away your peace, you know them before you start it.
Sure.
So the point is this that life is a journey. I wrote something on my Facebook which this morning. The mom, you need to be careful of the mom. The mom are everywhere saying, I said so. Sandra is in the UK, Sandra is in the US. I'm not surprised. She'll get into trouble. I was so sure of that. So the mom are always there watching.
What the mob?
Yes, the mob, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're always there watching to say, I said so. He was going to get into a problem. I'm not surprised. Even if he's successful, make people get angry. You being poor, it make you irritated to people. So
Hmm.
the point remains is that all these things together is that it falls back to one thing. We are nothing without God.
Nothing.
And also for us to find purpose, we need to connect with God. And for us to connect with God, we need to be truthful to ourselves. So all these things together are things that are shaping my coaching and consulting. I don't do life coaching, I do business coaching. But the thing I tell people every time is this: never can tell what will happen to your life in the shortest time. If they have told me today, I'll pay staff. Today I have about 16 to 17 staffs I pay salary every month.
Hmm.
I have a poultry farm. I have 3 companies, all working and flourishing. When I look back today and I say, well, all these things came to this very point of success. The point is, I don't know who's going to watch this video years to come, or today or tomorrow morning.
Hmm.
Don't trade it away. Don't trade it away. Don't think about it. So This is not I people don't see this part of me all the time. They just see the kind of lively, bubbling, business coach, jumping around, traveling, everywhere person. But there's always things behind the suit I'm wearing. So please don't take loan. If you don't need it, don't take it. Those offers they give to you in the credit card is not necessary. But with or without that money, you will leave. Debt is a ghost that don't open your door, that don't open your window. I was in debt for 3 years. I know what I'm talking about. You eat, you don't digest. You rub cream, you are dark. You are in the AC, you are feeling heat. Under winter, you are feeling heat. So I know.
Oh my God. I
so
can
so
imagine it.
so then when I don't borrow money, people feel it's pride. It's not pride though, because I've been burnt. I've been roasted with debt. So that's why
Oh my
my,
God.
my businesses today we are doing well, but no external borrowing. So you only take money. Don't borrow with hope that this person. When I hope that when this thing click, I will clear this thing off. No, and above all, hope is not a strategy in business.
It's
There's a
not.
place for prayer. There's a place for work. Unfortunately, we Christians today, we've gone to sleep. We pray, we fast over everything. We won't suspend common sense and start fasting. How will you fast to open the door? How will you fast? You fast to open the door. You are fasting for your gas
My
cooker
God.
to be in the kitchen. So it's stupidity. So all these things are things that have shaped me this far that um have a, so my friends will tell me, Bram, you have a old soul inside of you and you have a young
You,
you have
you are rugged.
what
You are.
thank
You,
you.
yes, you were rugged inside, but beautiful outside.
Thank you so
Oh
very
my
much.
God. That was awesome. Oh, great story. Great ending. Oh,
Thank you.
sometimes you see, that's why I said we all have unique stories. And that's one thing I always try to ask by asking you, what unique story do you have for our audience? I'm sure if I never ask that question, you probably won't even give us this great nugget. One thing you said to me really struck me. Never borrow to do anything. Never. Hmm. And oh my God, humility is a springboard for success. You said people tell you why you so humble, why you know where you're coming from. Awesome, very great word. That's a great one, sir. And do not borrow to start your business. Borrow to expand. Like you rightly said, that for 3 years you were in debt. You were being roasted alive.
Yeah.
The one thing that struck me, I want to thank you for your courage, sir, for keeping, having a strong mind to pull through. You just rightly said that suicide is a spirit. It comes over you until it finishes its work. It will never leave you.
Yes.
It takes only God for that suicide
You're right.
spirit to disappear. Meaning that if you were alone
Yeah.
and you allow the suicide spirit to consume you, you'd have given yourself away. You'd have killed yourself.
Mhm.
Oh my God, that is awesome. Ah,
Thank you so much.
he said, no, and again, one word you said, there are no self-made man. You said that nobody should just, that word to me, I just summarized it and said, no one is self-made without God. You understand? Every man has been helped by God. And God will never come down to help you. He will send men to help you. God will
Yeah.
not send spirits to help man. God will send man like you and me to help you. So that was a great word. And to find purpose, you need to find God. That was awesome. That was a great way to end this episode. The place of prayer has been missed in our life, and the place of work has been, interchanged. There is a
Yes.
place for prayer. There's a place for work. Let's not pray it all. You understand? God expects work, and that's why they say faith without works is
It's
dead.
there.
There's a side for prayer. There's a side for work. Work like there is no prayer. Pray like you have no works. And to find purpose, find God. That's a great way to end. I want to
Thank you
thank
so
you, Emmanuel. Abraham. I don't want to go because the
much.
story is mind blowing. And I got a comment for you. Wow. Thank you,
I
Abraham, for sharing these wonderful thoughts. We
thank
all
you
should
so much.
learn from your story.
Yeah,
That's a
thank you
good
so much.
one. God has a chance for you, and God has kept you this far. And I know that God is taking you places. You ain't been anywhere. You ain't been where God is taking you to. You've not
Yeah,
seen it yet. But I want to assure you, tomorrow we'll remember and look back and say, Sandra said it. You are just starting. The sky
thank
is
you.
a starting point for you. You're going to go far. Faith
Mhm.
without work is dead. That was a
Yeah,
great one. I appreciate your find God and find purpose. Thank you. I
thank
want to thank our viewers. I want to thank you. Let's go all out there to become a people of difference, making a difference in our world and
you.
making the world a better place for everyone to be able to live in. Thank you once again. Find God and find purpose. Thank you so much, sir.